So today we will be working with writing equations and inequalities from word problems. So we'll be using these keywords, clue words right here, words for adding and then subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Remember, when we talk about multiplying or dividing, these are going to be our coefficient words. And our adding and subtracting are going to be our constant words. Okay. And then we have answers and an equals. We'll be using the same as or equals a lot in our equations. All right. We will also be using our keywords for inequalities as we make keywords. So this is the greater than right here. And this one is the greater than or equal to. And then less than. And then less than or equal to. Okay. And notice how the greater than has minimum and at least, and less than or equal to has maximum and at most. So make sure we'll be using these today as well. So we're going to make this work. For every word problem, we're going to circle the unknown problem. We're going to find our variable or our number. What is the question looking for? Okay. So then we're going to highlight our operation words. So our words, it means multiply, divide, add, and subtract. And we're going to box our numbers. We're going to box our numbers for our coefficients and our constants. So we're going to box both of these. And then we're going to underline our end result words. So these are our words that mean equals, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So we're going to use this as we go on. So when we're doing this, this is Cody and Bryce received Showbiz gift cards for Christmas. Cody received a $50 gift card and has been to 3 movies. Bryce received a $90 gift card and has been to 8 movies. Each movie costs the same amount. Write an equation that can find M, the cost of attending one movie. So identify the variable. So our variable is write an equation to call M. So this is what we're going to circle, our unknown. We're going to circle our unknown. And then highlight. So we're going to highlight our operation words. So received is an operation word, and I'm gonna if I highlight it, you can't see it, so I'm going to just show you that that's what it's going to be. And then here's another one. We're gonna pretend I highlighted, and they have been to 3 movies. So this is another word we're going to highlight and then highlight this one. So box our coefficients and our numbers. So we're going to box 8 and 3 movies and $50 and $90. And our end result is each movie costs the same amount. Same amount is what we're underlining. So we're going to write an expression for Cody. So Cody received $50. It has been to 3 movies, so minus 3M. And Bryce, we're going to write an expression for Bryce, and he has got $90 and has been to 8 movies, so minus 8M. So when you have a movie, you pay for it. And then we're going to make them equal to each other right here. So we got 50 minus 3m equals 90 minus m. We're not going to solve it, but that's just to get us started. All right, so, and then the next one would be Kelsey rented a surfboard and a stand-up paddleboard on her vacation. The surfboard was $20 per hour and required a $30 deposit. The SUP was $22.50 per hour and required a $20 deposit. Write an equation that could be used to determine the number of H, the number of hours for which they each cost the same. So this is our unknown. We didn't know how many hours. Okay. Our operation words are and. And means to add. So that's something I'm going to highlight or pretend to highlight. Same here, and. And so is per. Per is also a word. It means to multiply. So we're going to box our coefficients and our constants. So I'm going to box all of these. And then our end result is for which they cost the same. So here's our end result again, the same. So write an expression for the surfboard. So we have 20H, 20 times H, plus $30 deposit. And then for, I don't know why that says Bryce and why that doesn't say SUP. So we're going to write SUP right here. Okay, SUP, and it's $22.50H plus $20 deposit. And we're going to make them equal to each other. So here's what the equation would be equal to each other. So we're going to actually practice this one on our own. So I want you to practice it first and see if you actually get the right thing. So just break it down, use your keywords, and break it down. So Grace received a $30 gift card and purchased 18 songs. Saskia received a $15 gift card and has purchased 6 songs. They each have the same amount left on their gift card. Write an equation that can be used to determine S, the number of one song. So our variable, what we're trying to find is S. Okay. So this is S. Cost of one song. Okay. We're going to highlight our operation words. So received is one of them. Received. Purchased is another. Purchased means negative. Purchased means negative. So for Grace, we're going to have $30 and we're going to subtract 18S. Okay. And we're going to box, I skipped a step. We're going to box all these constants and coefficients. And the same amount is our equal sign. So, and then for Saskia, she had $15 and minus 6S. So our equation, we're going to make them equal to each other. Grace minus 18S equals Saskia. And then we could solve it. So when we solve it, remember we want to move our coefficients to one side or our variables to one side, and I like to move the smallest one. It's not always right. So now I got 12S plus 15 equals 30. Then I'm going to move my constant over, and I got 15 equals 12 per song. Then I'm going to divide by 12, and divide by 12. And I should get S equals $1.25 per song. Remember, you can check your work. All right, so let's try it again. Fred purchased 6 shirts on Friday. Kyle purchased 4 shirts and a pair of shorts for $25. They paid the same amount for each shirt. Write an equation that can be used T, the cost of one shirt. So I've got the unknown is T. So I'm going to write it T, the cost of a shirt. Okay. Now then, I got the unknown. I'm going to highlight my problem. So we got purchased and purchased. And then I'm going to box my constant. It's in my coefficients. And then my end result is the same amount. So I've got 6t for Fred. And I've got 4t plus 25 for Kyle. So I'm going to make these equal to each other. And then to solve it, I'm going to move my smallest. And then divide. I don't have any constants to move. They're already on one side. And shirts are $12.50 each. Alright, so let's try Hank. Hank has picked 1.3 pounds of berries and picks about 75 hundredths pounds per minute. Tom has picked 2 5/10 pounds, picks about 5/10 pounds per minute. How many minutes will Hank have picked at least as many berries as Tom? So Hank picked, so our unknown is in how many minutes? So we're going to use M for minutes. And this is circle it in how many minutes. And then we're got our operations are and per minute and per minute. We're going to box and box and box. And then our end result is at least, right here, at least. So we're going to write an expression for Hank. So he's got 1.3 pounds, and he picks 0.75 pounds per minute. And remember, we're using M for our minutes. And Tom has 2.5 pounds, and he's picking 0.5 pound per minute. So we want Hank to have at least. So let's look at those inequality words. At least, Hank needs to be at least. So at least is the greater than. So we want Hank greater than or equal to Tom. So that's how we're going to write the expression. It's 1.3 plus 0.75m is greater than or equal to Tom of 2.5 plus 0.5m. Now we could solve that, but I just want you to focus on writing the inequality right now. All right, two more, last two. In Neal City, the temperature is 72.6 degrees and is rising 1.3 degrees each hour. In Shepherd City, the temperature is 80.4 degrees and is dropping 1.82 degrees each hour. How many hours will the temperature in Neal City be no less than the temperature in Shepherd City? All right, so let's go find what our variable is. So in this case, it's how many hours. So this is hours, and we're going to use the letter H. All right, what is our operation rules? Or rising, operation words, rising, dropping. I got it already kind of covered right here. We got the temperature is kind of a operation, and each hour, and is right here. All right, and then our box in our numbers, only the numbers we need. And then our end result is no less than. Okay, no less than. So we'll do that here in a minute. First, let's do Neil. So he started at 72.6 and he is rising. So rising means adding 1.3 each hour. Now Shepherd was 80.4 and he is losing or dropping, which is negative 1.82 H. So then for our inequality, we have Neil needs to be no less than Shepherd. So let's look at our word, no less than. Let's see if we can't find it. And it is also the greater than or equal to. So that means I want Neil to be greater than or equal to Shepherd. Okay. So I'm going to write it like that. I'm going to write Neil's first, 72.6 plus 1.3H, greater than or equal to sign, 80.4 plus 1.82H. Tess. So now last one. Tess has 42 words on an essay typed and is typing about 1.3 words per minute. Margot has 122 words of an essay typed and is erasing about 1.2 words per second. And how many seconds will the number of words in Tess's essay exceed the number of words in Margot's essay? So let's start here. We're talking about how many seconds. So we're going to circle that and we're going to write S for seconds. All right, so then we're going to find our operation words. And it's typing, so that means we're adding per second. And then Margot is erasing, so that means we're losing 1.2 per second. So let's box in our numbers we need. And then our end result is exceed. So let's write one for Tess. So Tess has 42 words. She is typing, which means adding 1.3 words per second. And let's do Margot. Margot has 122 words and is erasing. Erasing is subtracting 1.2 words per second. So then we're going to write an inequality. So we need to see where the exceed is. And exceed is not on here. So if I don't want to exceed, that means I don't want it to go over that. So I want it to be less than, or do I want it to be equal to, less than, or exceed. I don't want it to go over it, but it can equal it. So less than or equal to. I want Tess to be less than or equal to Margot. So and that's how I'm going to write this. Tess 42 plus 1.3s less than or equal to 122 minus 1.2s. And that is how you do that. If you have any questions, just let one of your teachers know. I hope y'all have a good day.